Hello everyone, I'm Danny Jack and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the art of showing up. Now, truth is I had a totally different idea of what video to do today, but I just couldn't find the words to get it done. It was all about the professional mindset, and I couldn't really think about how to do it. And I was going to give up. I was going to not make a video today at all, but I thought, no, I can't do that because I know that if I stop showing up, if I stop doing the work, I'm never going to get any better. I'm never going to get any videos done. So I decided to change the idea of video, and now we're going to talk about showing up, like we are now, if that makes sense. So what do I mean about showing up? Well, simply put, all I'm saying is that the more time you put into something, the more consistently you work on a new skill or a new craft, the better you're going to get over time. You know, getting better at something or starting a new business, I find it's not about making giant leaps forward. It's about slow and steady progress. You know, there's 1% gains over time that leads us in the right direction. So this sounds obvious, right? Like, if you want to get better at something, then just keep doing it, of course. But what happens when you don't have a motivation to do so? What happens when life gets in the way or it just becomes too difficult to get started? In Steven Pressfield's book, The War of Art, which I recommend every creative read, he talks about this thing called the resistance. And the resistance is basically this external force that is almost like a voice in our head that stops us from getting started on something new. It's the thing that tells us that, you know, we don't have to get to work today, we can put it off till tomorrow. It's the thing that tells us that maybe we're just not good enough to get started right away. To borrow one of Pressfield's quotes, we never tell ourselves we're never going to write our symphony. We just tell ourselves we are going to write it, we're just going to start tomorrow. I believe to get better at something quickly, you have to show up no matter what. You have to produce constantly, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how motivated you are. It's all about switching that motivation for discipline. Instead of relying on motivation to be our driving force, we can use discipline to put ourselves on a schedule, to hold ourselves accountable, and to get the work done regardless of how we feel. That way we show up no matter what. Let's take going to the gym, for example. I've used going to the gym before, and I have said that I don't go to the gym, so I can't really use this as an example, but I think it's sort of relevant. You know, those people who go to the gym every single day, they make a habit of showing up regardless of how they feel. If they feel too tired or they just feel like they're in a bad mood, they still go no matter what, because they know that by showing up day after day after day, that's why they get that 1% gain. That's how they build up over time, and they turn it into a habit. Now, for creative people, the idea of showing up no matter what can sound a little bit alien. We tell ourselves that we need inspiration to get started with our work. We need to feel, you know, that burst of motivation to sit down and start writing or start working on, you know, a new song or whatever. I found that, at least in my own experience, waiting for inspiration to strike before I start creating is not a very time-efficient way to get things done. You never know when inspiration is going to strike, but I find if you get to work, that's when ideas start coming in, and that's when, after a little bit of digging, after making something for a while and kind of struggling through, that's when the ideas start to come to me. You know, this happens over time when me and my friend Dan are doing our podcast. We might be talking about a topic for a while, and like, good ideas just aren't really coming. Like, we aren't really having any good insights on the topic we're talking about. But after we've talked about it for maybe like 10-15 minutes, then suddenly, you know, things start to get flowing, and yeah, we start talking about what I think is good stuff, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what you're trying to get good at. If you only put the work in when you're motivated, then you'll never be consistent enough to grow. Showing up no matter what is a skill all in itself. But with a little bit of pre-planning, you can kind of set yourself up to be more successful and to show up more often, I believe. You know, for example, let's say if you want to start a writing habit, you want to write a book, instead of just writing when inspiration strikes and just sitting down whenever the ideas come into your head, put yourself into a habit of maybe writing 500 words a day, maybe at the same time every single day. Sit down, start writing. Even if it's terrible, at least you've written 500 terrible words as opposed to 0 words. The important thing is that you just get the words down on paper. You can edit those words later. You can learn from the fact that they were bad and just get them out your system and then work onto the new stuff. But writing no matter what is the key. Or let's say if you want to get good at photography, I would say one of the best things you can do is just take your camera out with you all the time. Just constantly be photographing, even if it's not inspiring stuff you're looking at, even if it's not amazing scenery or things that excite you. And that will make you use your brain in a different way. Maybe think of things creatively, think outside the box. You'll be able to practice with your camera so that you'll know it almost like an extension of your arm as you're shooting. You might not even notice that you're getting better, but the fact that you're using your camera every single day, before you know it, you'll be consistently better because you would have got better every single day as opposed to just sitting down when you feel like it. So that's it for this video. Sorry it's a little bit rambly. Hopefully you took something from that. That was basically my own experience of just having to sit down and get a video done even when I didn't really feel like doing it. Just to give you a little behind the scenes, like I nearly didn't make a video at all. I just thought I'd just give up, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to show up no matter what. I will take something away from doing this video and the next one will be even better. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions for me about how I can make sure I show up no matter what, if you've got your own experience of struggling to show up, then please do leave them in the comments. You know, if you want to see more videos like this, I do videos on photography and productivity and just other things I'm interested in. So press like, press subscribe, do the bell icon, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.